Have you ever seen your cat suddenly gag, crouch low, and then throw up on your floor, your bed, or worse, your favorite clothes? If yes, you're not alone. In fact, millions of cat owners search things like, why is my cat vomiting? Cat vomiting after eating. When should I worry about cat throwing up? And cat vomiting treatment at home every single day. But here's the scary part: most people assume it's normal. They clean it up, shrug it off, and move on. But what if I told you that sometimes that normal vomit is actually a warning sign your cat is trying to survive something serious? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you might look at your cat's vomit in a completely different way, and it could even save your cat's life. Let's start with the truth most cat owners don't realize. Yes, cats do vomit sometimes. Hairballs, eating too fast, or minor stomach upset can happen. But here's the key. Not all vomiting is normal, and the difference between harmless and dangerous is something every cat owner must understand. Imagine this. Your cat throws up once, maybe twice in a week. You think, just a hairball. But then it keeps happening, again and again. That's where things change. One of the most searched questions is, how often is too often for a cat to vomit? And the answer is simple but shocking. If your cat vomits more than once a week consistently, it is not normal anymore. That's already your first red flag. Now let me ask you this: what does your cat's vomit look like? Because yes, it matters more than you think. If you see yellow or foamy liquid, many people search cat vomiting yellow foam meaning. That usually means your cat's stomach is empty and bile is being released. Sounds harmless, right? But if it keeps happening, it could point to acid buildup or even liver issues. If you see undigested food, that's another top search. Cat throwing up undigested food right after eating. This often means your cat is eating too fast. But it can also be a sign of esophagus problems or food intolerance, so don't just assume. It could be more than just hunger. Now here's where things get serious. If you ever see blood in your cat's vomit, even a tiny streak, stop everything. This is one of the most dangerous signs. People search cat vomiting blood what to do because they panic, and they should. Blood can mean internal injury, ulcers, or poisoning. And speaking of poisoning, this is something many cat owners overlook. Your cat doesn't need to go outside to get poisoned. Household plants, cleaning products, even certain human foods, these are silent killers. Searches like "what is toxic to cats," "cat poisoning symptoms," and "my cat is vomiting and lethargic" are extremely common for a reason. If your cat is vomiting and acting weak, hiding, or not eating, this is not normal. Cats are masters at hiding pain. By the time you notice something is wrong, it may already be serious. Now let's talk about another dangerous sign most people ignore: chronic vomiting. If your cat vomits regularly for weeks or months, even if it seems fine, this could be a sign of inflammatory bowel disease, kidney disease, or even cancer. Yes, cancer. That's why searches like cat vomiting every day but acting normal are so misleading. Acting normal doesn't always mean being healthy. Let me paint a scenario for you. Your cat eats, then vomits, then eats again. Seems okay, right? But over time, your cat starts losing weight. You might think, maybe just getting older. But in reality, your cat could be slowly deteriorating inside. And here's something most people don't realize. Weight loss plus vomiting is a huge red flag. Now let's flip it a bit. When is vomiting normal? Hairballs are the most common cause. If your cat vomits a tube-shaped clump of fur occasionally, that's expected, especially for long-haired cats. That's why many people search how to prevent hairballs in cats and best food for hairball control. Eating too fast is another common cause. You'll often see searches like cat eating too fast, then vomiting. The solution? Slow feeder bowls or smaller, more frequent meals. But here's the rule. You should always remember occasional and explainable vomiting can be normal. Frequent, unexplained, or worsening vomiting is not. Now let's talk about what you should do if your cat is vomiting. First, observe. Don't panic immediately, but don't ignore it either. Look at frequency, color, behavior, and appetite. Second, remove food for a few hours if it's a mild case. This allows the stomach to rest. Many people search, should I feed my cat after vomiting? The answer is yes, but slowly and carefully after a short break. Third, hydration is critical. Vomiting can quickly lead to dehydration. If your cat isn't drinking, that's another warning sign. And fourth, know when to go to the vet. If your cat vomits multiple times in a day, shows weakness, refuses food, or has unusual vomit, don't wait. Because here's the harsh truth, waiting too long is one of the biggest mistakes cat owners make. Now let me ask you something important. When your cat vomits, do you just clean it and forget it? Or do you actually pay attention because your cat doesn't speak your language? Vomiting is one of the ways they communicate something is wrong. And here's something most people don't talk about sometimes. Your cat trusts you to notice. So the next time your cat vomits, don't just grab tissue and move on. Look closer. Observe. Ask questions. Because that small moment could be the difference between early treatment and a serious emergency. If you found this helpful, make sure to like this video because it helps more cat owners learn what most people ignore. And subscribe because there are many hidden signs your cat shows every day that you might be missing. And before you go, tell me in the comments, has your cat ever vomited and you thought it was normal, but later realized it wasn't? Because your story might help someone else save their cat too.